Hey everyone, it's Mojaxx back in the DJcity UK lab. Today we return to the topic of portablism and we are reviewing the Raiden RXI-F1 fader. Now, this takes the portable fader thing to a whole new level really. It contains a mini inner fader, which is a battle-proven product. But that does mean you have some compromises. It costs a bit more than the other faders that we've had up until now. And it is not a passive device. You do need to charge this up in order to actually use it. But Raiden, I think, are relying on the idea that advanced technical scratchers will really value having a fader of this quality attached to their portable setup. Now, I am not an advanced technical scratcher, so for this review, I thought I'd call on somebody who is. Yes, my buddy Ritchie Ruftone jumped on a train from Edinburgh down to Newcastle to come and test the RXI-F1 with me. He's the current UK DMC champion and former World Supremacy champ, so he knows his way around a fader or two. The idea was to shoot outdoors and get some great footage around Newcastle landmarks, but it was November in the northeast of England and naturally it rained all day. So we retreated to my local record store 586 Records for a cup of tea and a scratch. The build quality of the RXI-F1 really is a step up from anything before in the portabilist scene. It has all metal construction and feels super solid, but isn't especially heavy. The mini inner fader found inside is pretty much a known quantity at this point, although the tension on this one seems to be a lot lighter than some others that I've tried, but it's not so light as to be hard to control. It does require power, but not a lot. The built-in battery charges over USB, with a full charge taking about 90 minutes, and then it should be good for 10 hours plus of use. To be honest, the idea of taking it away from power that long was never an issue in our testing, and you can use the fader while it's charging too. When the fader is switched off, it still passes audio through, so if you want to leave it hooked up to your turntable while you aren't using it, that's fine. One bonus of having a powered device is that Raiden have been able to put a proper headphone amplifier in the output, which makes practicing with headphones a more pleasurable experience. It's not a massive improvement over the direct through system on other faders, and it would be nice to have a control for the overall volume, but it's a nice addition. The fader is full stereo and has a traditional 2-channel arrangement. You run the turntable into one side and your looper into the other, with each side cutting out at the other end of the fader. Ritchie liked that setup as it meant he could cut out the looper when jamming if he wanted to, and it means that in theory you can set up the RXI-F1 with 2 turntables and use it for juggling. The fader is calibrated as per the usual mini inner fader method, using the button on the side. The detailed user manual can make calibration seem a little daunting at first, but once you get your head around it, the fader can be easily tweaked to your exact taste. As with other portable faders, the RXI-F1 comes with Velcro to mount it onto your portable. It's a bit bigger than most, but not excessive. Having the cables hook up into one side of the fader is a departure from other products and might pose a bit of a problem in some layouts, but you could easily configure it so they connect to the left instead of the right if you need to. Raiden have a dedicated case available for the RXI-F1, which sells for $18. It's a little snug for my liking, but gives good protection for the fader whilst travelling. And that brings us to the price of the fader itself. The RXI-F1 sells for $129, which is substantially more than any other portable fader we've seen before, more than double the price of the previous Raiden fader, for example, which they still also sell. When you break it down, the value proposition is still a good one. The plug-and-play version of the mini inner fader for regular mixers retails for not much less than $100 on its own, and you're getting plenty more here. So there we go, my look at the Raiden RXI-F1. Ultimately, Ritchie and myself both agreed that in terms of performance, this is the best portable fader on the market today. The mini inner fader inside here is a proven design, and I really like the product which Raiden have kind of built around that. So the battery life, the ease of calibration, the build quality, sound quality is all there with this. You know, the only real downside is the price. It is quite expensive, and there are quality faders at a much lower price from, you know, Jesse Dean. The Stokio Cutter fader we'll be looking at quite soon here on the channel as well. But if you really want that top level, top of the line performance for your portabilist setup, the Raiden is the one right now, absolutely. The battery thing I thought might be an issue, but actually in testing it hasn't really been an issue at all. If you're really going out and about with this stuff, then you've got to charge your batteries for your turntable, you have to charge your speaker, and so why not just plug in an extra cord and charge up your fader at the same time? That worry that I had, that concern, evaporated very quickly. So yeah, absolutely. If you need the very best, if you're a technical scratcher getting into portablism, you want to take that to the next level, the Raiden is absolutely the one. Many thanks to Ritchie Ruftone for coming down to come and play with this and help me with this review. You'll see him in that Stokio Cutter review coming very soon on the channel. Make sure you subscribe for all our future tips, tricks and product reviews. I'll see you soon.